These 15-inch naval guns introduce us to the Imperial War Museum, housed on the site of the former Bedlam Lunatic Asylum. The left-hand gun is from HMS Ramillies, but the other one is from HMS Resolution. They were from the same World War I battleship class and so look like a pair. Neither ship saw action in World War I, but the guns were used for shore bombardment in World War II, including the Normandy beaches. The madness of war is illustrated by two exhibits in the main gallery: the Cherry Blossom or Oka rocket-powered suicide aircraft and the V2 missile. Although very fast, at over 580 miles per hour in a dive, the Oka had to be carried into battle on a slow lumbering bomber which was easy meat for American fighters. The Oka only sank 3 vessels and damaged 4 more, all off Okinawa. None were capital ships. The Allies nicknamed it Baka, a Japanese word for foolish. The V2 was even faster and more suicidal. More people died making it than were killed by it. Relative to the size of the German economy, the V2 programme was as expensive as the Manhattan atomic bomb project. It reached space and Mark III, but one Lancaster bomber could deliver 10 times its payload with much greater accuracy. The Harrier was much more cost effective. It allowed small aircraft carriers to have both a strike and fleet defence capability that even the US bought into. Really did punch above its weight. The World War II galleries contain this punching above combo: the 88mm Akat gun and the Würzburg radar that often guided it. Radar development is much misunderstood. The British just about got there first, but the Germans and others developed it at more or less the same time. The Würzburg radar was actually more advanced than the British chain home, but the British near enough is good enough approach actually produced a radar that was more difficult to jam. The 88 was also misunderstood. It was a great anti-aircraft gun, but by no means the best anti-tank gun of World War II. It was powerful, but its high profile made it more vulnerable than dedicated anti-tank guns. Another misunderstood piece of kit is the Merlin engine. It was an incredibly powerful inline engine, but what really set it apart was the supercharger. The 2-stage supercharger sucked more air into the engine, giving it a particular advantage at high altitude. Also legendary was the Norden bomb sight. American airmen were sworn to take its secret to death. Thing is, while no pickle was safe in a barrel in the deserts of New Mexico, they were pretty safe under the windy, cloudy skies of Northern Europe and Japan, where other bomb sites were just as ineffective. Listen very carefully, I shall say this only once. The Poles were the first people to decode this version of the Enigma machine. However, the British had already broken an earlier version of the machine and used the intelligence to win the Battle of Cape Matapan. The British couldn't crack this, the plug board settings. That was what Marian Rajewski and his brilliant colleagues from the University of Poznan brought to the party. They found a way around the plug board settings and cracked the entire machine. That's enough controversy. We'll finish by looking at undoubtedly the 2 most important tanks of World War II. Yep, first the T-34 and second the M4 Sherman. I hope you enjoyed these museum musings.